Right, good afternoon everybody and welcome to My Home Cafe. What we're going to look at today is some troubleshooting problems that some people are having with the Delonghi specialista machines. Now this will apply to the specialista Maestro, Arte, and probably the Prodigy, I think it's called as well. They're basically the same. The only thing is you may find slightly different ways to gain access to where we're going. So the first thing we're going to look at today is our grinder, our burr grinder, and what problems some people have been having that I've noticed, and the ways we can get around the problem. So first things first, I'll turn on the machine. We'll give this a few seconds to heat up. So you'll notice now that I've got a dose level of 18. Now this will vary to what beans you're using. So we'll have an in-depth look at that in another section. So first things what we're looking at is grinding. I've noticed some people are having trouble with noises when they're grinding their coffee, or they're getting no coffee coming out through into the portafilter, or things like that. So what I generally have a habit of doing is keeping things clean. So for example, if you're not getting any coffee grinds coming through, it will either mean that your burrs inside, your upper and lower grinder burrs, which are inside the grinder, have clogged up around the burrs, the grinders themselves. So I'll see if I can get a shot of inside this. So I'll take that off, and what I'll have to do is just unlock the hopper by doing this and taking that out. And yep, there you go. Well, we've got a fairly clear picture. Our upper burrs and our lower burrs are clean, and underneath that will be cleaned as well. So we'll go put that back in and lock him up and put the lid on. Now the other problem that may cause this, the other thing that may cause this problem is a blockage in the channel. So underneath there is an outlet where the grinds will go through, and it will go through and come under to where you would grind your coffee. That little plate there is an access point to where you can get into your grind tunnel, or funnel as they call it. So popping that open, lifting it up, lifting it out the way, will gain you access inside there. Then just simply by using the brush provided, you just go through, run it through, down in there, give it a wriggle around, and you'll notice if you've got a blockage in there, because you'll feel a bit of resistance from the coffee that's built up in there. So we'll just off that. Now when you do that, it's ideally have your tamper pressed down, so whatever is in there will come out into a vessel or something that you've got underneath. So that's generally the two main problems or causes that can have the result of no coffee grinds coming through, and it will also give you the impression that your grind size is too fine, or if you go to adjust it, you're not getting any variation. So you need a clean system if you're going to be changing beans. And I would still recommend doing it if you're staying with the same beans that you love, and just keeping it clean each time you put a fresh bag of beans in. So okay, so that's point one. That's our grinder. I hope that gives us a bit of an insight into what some of the problems can be. Now, just one other thing: when you are adjusting your grinding settings for whichever machine you've got. The Arte, I think, has more settings. The Protege, I'm not sure. But when you're doing it, run your grinder while you're doing it. Doing it through, do fill a portafilter up while you're grinding it, because then otherwise it won't move. And it's worth just using a little bit of your coffee beans to get it to where you want it. Shouldn't take too many, maybe one or two, but at least you know you're on the right track. So having said that, we'll end this part and we will look at the next one.